Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing great. I hope you had a solid and a strong week, with plenty of grace and accomplishments on your goals, and or at least gaining a lot of momentum towards setting new goals or getting more clarity on what it is that you want to do. Um, as far as your lifestyle or your achievement aspirations, whatever. I hope that you doing well and you're getting better at preparing yourself for the lifestyle that you deserve and that you want. Um, but I wanted to come today and do a video. And today we're going to be talking about the different lens of comparison. But before we get into that, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who helped me celebrate and really feel the ownership of now being blessed with the responsibility of my first car. On top of that, I've also been making strides at my workplace at Universal to become full time, and the transition seems to be going really well. I just have to be a bit more patient. Um, so so now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about the lens of comparison, and again, a precursor to our discussion here is to define some terms and why they're important in this context. So the first term is going to be discontent. Now, us being humans, it is in our nature to every now and then compare ourselves to others because we are creatures of habit and creatures of relationships, as I mentioned. So, discontent is nothing more than a dissatisfaction with one's circumstances. And we usually are hit with that reality check, I would call it, when we are fully aware of where our boundaries are within our comfort zone, our environment, um, being our ability to get to the next level with the lack of certain resources. Could be a car, a job, a place to stay, security, positive association, friendships, you name it. We compare ourselves to just about anything and anyone. The second word that I want to utilize is mentality. And I view mentality as a spectrum of thoughts that dominate our decisions and our outlook on life and our sanity as well. So, pretty much, what what type of thoughts cross your mind when you evaluate certain opportunities, make big decisions, what type of habits that you developed in your thoughts so that you can prepare yourself to go forward with an opportunity, decision, or anything of that nature. Even evaluating who are you going to keep in your friendship circle and who might have to go. And the final term that I want to define is envy. So I view envy, based on my experience, is a critical judgment of self when comparing what we want to who has it versus what we want and what we can also do to get to where we want to be. And look at this. I have a car, which would be a prime example of a before and after. So let's get into it so I can, go ahead and discuss those details with you. So there are three lenses of comparison. The first one is out of ambition. And the example, same thing being when I just got my car. So prior to having my car, when I've seen my friends, family members, and even fellow associates around me in a workplace getting promotions, when they were getting career advancements, maybe a pay raise, and even acquiring resources like a connect networking somewhere that gave them an opportunity to maybe travel or to with the monies that been able to save with their consistency in their jobs, they've been able to acquire a vehicle, and these things were happening quite often around me. So in my mindset of success was encouraged me to have more drive, and I'd be more eager and excited and creative to seeking out solutions so that I can get a car as well, because I know that if I grind for it, I'm gonna get it just like they grind for it and got theirs too. Um, and then so that would be the mindset of success through the lens of ambition, in comparison again to our friends, and people that we see on TV, etc. The second lens would be out of love, and that's when we adopt the mindset of abundance. So with that same scenario, looking at my friends, they're getting their cars, they're getting their promotions, they're getting their pay raises. I'm completely genuine and authentically happy for their success, because they're my friends. I want to see them win, and with my love, expressing my love and expressing gratitude for their success, and adopting a mindset of abundance, I increase my faith. It encourages my belief that there is plenty of success in the world, and it's only a matter of time before I'm blessed with something just as great in my own life, that's meant for me. So I'm not comparing myself so that I could feel bad or negative. Excuse me. And then the third lens of comparison is going to be out of fear. When we are comparing ourselves to others in fear, we isolate ourselves, alienate ourselves, to focus on what we lack. We adopt a scarcity mindset, as we focus more or emphasize our mistakes of the past that keeps us in this position of not having these resources that we desire strongly, and we wind up dimming our light for the future, what I'm saying, because we're focusing more on our future failures. That's going to limit us from moving forward. And when we're comparing ourselves to others, again, same example. When I was in my state of anxiety, as I mentioned in my last video, I would compare myself to the results that my friends had, as in, like, oh man, I'll never be able to achieve that. I've been grinding for 4 years. I've been studying. I've been reading books. I've been traveling the world and learning so many different things, but it still hasn't gotten me there, to having a car or having an increase in my job. So with me focusing on that, and that being envy, focusing again, having a critical judgment of myself, and comparing what I want to those who have it versus what I can also do to get the things that I desire that they have in their possession. So, so again, with me focusing on those things with that envy mentality, that scarcity mentality, I have openly admitted and neglected the small or major successes that has contributed to everything that I've gained to prepare for the next level. I.e., even though I invested in my mentality and my leadership for an entire year, spent lots of money, that frankly some of it I didn't even have, to travel across the world, well, not the world, but the US, to Spokane, Washington, and Portland, Oregon, to learn from multi millionaires. Like, that's something that no one else in my circle has experienced. There is so much value that I can add and contribute to the world, because of those experience that I have, in lieu or instead of investing my time and money to immediately acquiring a vehicle, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And feel free to comment if you have any thoughts on the explanation, if maybe I can do better, or if you agree with it. Go ahead and share it, or even comment maybe an example of where you notice that you have experienced different mindsets, on your broad spectrum of thinking. um, as far as comparison is concerned, I would definitely be glad to hear it, and give you some feedback, or we can just bounce different things off of each other. So with that being said, want to say I hope you have an even greater evening, and that this week is equally as great coming up. And yeah, peace.